Hello once again and welcome to Books of Blood. I'm in a kind of a good mood. Alrighty. Anyway, we're going to be continuing 50 years of horror fiction with the year 1978. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get underway with this. First up, we have got Came a Spider, and this is by Edward Levy. Millions of us, billions of them. Nature didn't create them, man did. The hideous, hand-sized spawn of an ecological nightmare. They came swarming out of the dry hills, seeking life, seeking food, seeking us. And that is a very brief synopsis of Came a Spider. As by Eugene Levy. Gosh, man. Edward Levy. Sorry about that. Alright. Okay, so next up we have got from Charles L. Grant. This is The Hour of the Ox Run Dead. Ox Run Station can be a spooky place, especially out by the Windsors right next to the graveyard. At night, Natalie heard eerie sounds out in the fog. Among the tombstones, unnatural sounds made by unearthly things. Natalie's husband had been born in Ox Run Station. He loved the town and served it well, and in return, it killed him. Ben's death had left Natalie isolated in a strange town she could not call her own. How strange and how deadly Ox Run Station could be. Natalie Windsor was about to learn. Once each year an ancient ritual was recreated, an ancient pact reinvoked, and Natalie Windsor was this year's sacrifice. And that is The Hour of the Ox Run Dead, and that is by Charles L. Grant. Alrighty. Next up, this has been a little bit longer synopsis here. This is The Sins of Rachel Ellis, and this is by Philip Cavaney. Pandora is a sweet, bright 16-year-old girl when she leaves her parents in London to spend the summer in Wales with her great-great-aunt, Rachel. Since she knows Rachel Ellis is very old, Pandora is surprised when she meets a youthful woman who doesn't look more than 40 years old. Naturally inquisitive, Pandora sets out to explore the surrounding countryside, only to discover that her aunt is feared by the local townspeople because of her inexplicable youth, and because her strange gardener, Ewan, has an eerie, seductive power over the village women. Protected only with her innocence, Pandora searches for her aunt's dark secret in an atmosphere of fear, suspicion, and ageless evil. As this gripping tale builds to a chilling climax, Pandora must answer the terrifying questions that confront her. Just what does Rachel Ellis want from her? Why does Ewan look at her that way? Why does he come to her room at night? Why does she find herself drawn to his power in spite of her fear? What is hidden behind the boarded-up doorway to the top floor of the mansion? And why does the ghostly apparition of a child beckon to her from the lawn in the night? After this summer, Pandora will never be the same. And that is The Sins of Rachel Ellis, and that is by Philip Cavaney. Excuse me. Alright, next up we have got The Entity by Frank DeFelitta. Carlotta Moran, a young single mother with 3 children, suddenly has her life turned upside down when she begins to be attacked in her bed each night, violated by a spectral rapist. Sorry, there are going to be a few trigger warnings on this. Excuse me, I apologize. This brutal, unseen force makes attempts on her life and terrorizes her children. But the worst part is that no one believes her. Among the skeptics is psychiatrist Dr. Schneiderman, who believes Carlotta is psychotic, a danger to herself and her children who should be committed. But 2 graduate students in parapsychology have a different theory, that Carlotta is being tormented by a powerful entity from beyond our reality, outside space and time. The tension builds to an electrifying conclusion, and the truth may be far more frightening than any of them ever imagined. and that is The Entity, and that is by Frank DiFelita. And that was made into a movie starring Barbara Hershey. I love the movie. Haven't read the book yet. Excuse me one moment. I apologize for this. All right. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Next up, we've got Bal, and this is by Robert McCammon. A woman gives birth to a child whose evilness threatens all mankind. Mary Kate is an ordinary woman, a waitress in a diner, stuck in a loveless marriage to an English major turned cabbie. But whoever assaults her in a New York City alley is far from ordinary. As the man's icy grip burns her skin, she couldn't grasp the dark fate that awaits her. The rape leaves her carrying a child, who she and her husband named Jeffrey. As they try to live as a family, a mysterious force poisons them against each other. Finally, overcome with hate for her husband, Mary Kate kills him, sending herself to jail and the child to an orphanage. There, the boy takes a new name, Bal, and develops sinister powers that flourish as he approaches adulthood. When Bal becomes a man, the whole world will tremble before him. And that is Bal, and that is by Robert R. McCammon. And that is going to do it for 1979. I apologize for the little cough that I had there, but I didn't want to stop this video. Thank you guys for watching once again. And until next time, as I always say, take care and stay scared. Bye-bye.